Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Amalrich, an assistant professor in the Computer Science Department at St.Josephs College of Arts and Science for Women, Hosur. Today we are exploring the world of basic concepts of object-oriented programming and exploring the structure of C++ program. So let's get started. C++ is a type of programming language that follows the object-oriented programming methodology. Originally named as C with classes. C++ was created by Bian Stroustrup at AT&T Bell Laboratories. C++ is an extension of the C programming language. C++ is considered a superset of C. That is, it encompasses all the features of C and introduces additional capabilities. The following are some of the features of object-oriented programming: objects, classes, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic hiding, message passing, data abstraction, extensibility, persistence, genericity, data binding. Object. Objects are fundamental elements in an object-oriented system. It representing real-world entities like people, places, or data tables that the program needs to handle. An object is a grouping of various entities such as data and associated functionalities. Objects occupy memory space during program execution. Objects are instances of classes which define their structure and behavior. Each object contains both data and the code to manipulate the data, encapsulating functionality within a single unit. Objects can interact without needing detailed knowledge of each other's data or code. They can communicate by sending messages. An object is like a designated area in computer memory that stores data along with a set of operations capable of accessing and manipulating that data. Class. A class is an abstract data type that includes both data members, that is variables, and member functions, that is operations that work on that data. The definition of a class begins with the keyword class. Using a class, we can create a user-defined data type that encapsulates both data and associated operations for an object. Objects are variables to type class. Once a class is defined, we can create as many objects we need, each sharing the same structure and behavior defined by the class. Encapsulation. The wrapping of data and functions into a single unit is known as encapsulation. Data within this encapsulated unit is directly not accessible from outside. Only functions enclosed within the class can interact with this data. The functions inside the class acts as an interface between the program and the object's data. The act of shielding data from direct access by the program is termed data hiding. This ensures that data is manipulated only through the defined functions, enhancing security and control. Inheritance. Inheritance is a mechanism where objects of one class inherit the characteristics of objects from another class, that is, deriving a new class from existing class. Here, new class is called as derived class, whereas existing class is called as base class. The concept of inheritance provides the idea of reusability, that is, we can add additional features to an existing class without modifying it. This is possible by deriving a new class from the existing one. The new class will have the combined features of both base class and derived class. Polymorphism. Polymorphism is another important object-oriented programming concept. Polymorphism means the ability to take more than one form. For instance, an operation can behave differently depending on the types of data involved. The behavior dynamically adapts to the specific situation. Function overloading and operator overloading are practical examples of polymorphism. This allows multiple functions or operators to share the same name but different behaviors based on the data types they operate on. Data hiding. We can hide the information of class, like we can hide data and member functions of a class by specifying the visibility mode, that is private or protected. Private and protected members are not accessed by outside the class. Thus, we can hide the data of a class. Message passing. An object-oriented programming is built upon objects that interact with each other. Objects communicate by exchanging information, much like people passing messages. Message passing involves specifying the object's name, the function name, and the information to be sent. Objects in the program have a life cycle. They can be created and later destroyed. Data abstraction. Abstraction involves representing only the essential features of something, that is, omitting unnecessary details and explanations. Since the classes use the concept of data abstraction, they are known as abstract data types. Extensibility. Extensibility is a feature that enables the expansion of functionality in existing software components. In C++, this capability is implemented using inheritance. With inheritance, new classes can be created to inherit and build upon the features of existing classes, extending the functionality of the software. Persistence. Persistence is a mechanism where an object continues to exist beyond the duration of a program's execution. Genericity. It is a technique for defining software components that have more than one interpretation depending on the data type. In C++, genericity is achieved by function templates and class templates. Dynamic binding. Binding is the process of connecting a procedure call with a corresponding code to be executed. Dynamic binding implies that the specific code linked to a procedure call is determined only at runtime, not beforehand. It is associated with polymorphism and inheritance. A function call associated with a polymorphic reference depends on the dynamic type of that reference. Now we can see the structure of C++ program. A structure of C++ program would contain four sections, that is, include file sections, class declaration section, member function definition section, and main program section. Include files. Include files contain necessary header files supporting a C++ program. For example, iostream.h, math.h, string.h are the header files we are using in C++ programs. Class declaration. This section involves declaring a class, specifying its data and member functions, which encapsulate the behavior and properties of the objects created from that class. Member function definition. In this part, we provide the actual definitions for the member functions that were declared in the class. Using class name followed by scope resolution operator followed by function name, we will define the member function. Main program. Every C++ program begins its execution from the main function. Each and every member function is called from main function. We will create object of the class in main function. And this is the simple C++ program. In this program, we are including iostream.h header file, which is providing access to input and output stream functions for C++. And main function, the program begins execution from the main function. Inside the main function, cout is used to print the messages welcome and C++ to the console, each followed by the new line operator endl. After the successful execution of this program, it will provide the output as welcome and C++. Now, it's time for a small quiz on the basic concepts of object-oriented programming. Go ahead, tackle those MCQs and share your answers in the comments. Thank you.